Well, it's true. The title of this video wasn't just clickbait. I am taking another break from paddling because of my shoulder. And if you didn't know, this follows a 10-month break that I had to take over the past year because of, well, a torn rotator cuff that turned into tendinosis that turned into a frozen shoulder. That hurt. Oh. What the heck? Didn't need surgery, but a lot of physiotherapy. Well, that's really it, to bring it back to actually pretty great working order. And that's kind of the bummer here, is it's not even the same shoulder. It's the other shoulder that has decided to let me down. I don't know if that's a fair description of it. Maybe I let it down by being so excited about paddling again after 10 months off, which is the biggest break I've ever had from paddling. Well, not ever, but since I was, at least for 30 years. Maybe I went too hard, I don't know. But anyway, the other shoulder now needs some good old TLC. Good news is I learned a lot the past year about shoulders and my shoulders. And so I stopped well before I stopped last year, before it became a huge problem. It's still most definitely a problem, but the recovery process should be much quicker this time. In fact, I stopped paddling 3 weeks ago, even though I've been continuing to put out a lot of content on my two channels, Paddle TV and Ken Wedding Adventures. That content comes largely from stuff that I've been filming through a very busy spring and early summer. And so I haven't paddled in 3 weeks. I've just been on the physio program. So time will tell, but my physiotherapist believes that we're not talking about the same kind of time frame at all, because I'm dealing with it earlier. We're going to be dealing with weeks versus months of recovery. Still too long. I had some great trips planned. In fact, right now I was supposed to be pretty much finishing up my long-awaited trip along Puckasaw National Park on Lake Superior, but I had to postpone that one. Hopefully I'll be able to, I've actually given up on the idea that I'll be able to do that trip this year, because 10 days of solid paddling is probably a little optimistic at this point, and probably going to push things too far. I mean, I need to ease back into it, but I still plan to go, at least hope to go to Lake Superior this season, but probably going to do a shorter trip there, a less ambitious trip until the shoulder's back to 100%. Shoulders are tricky. Gosh, going through this shoulder issue last year and posting updates about it, and reading all the comments from people that have dealt with or are dealing with shoulder issues themselves. It's one of those things that until you go through a shoulder rehab, you don't realize how complicated the shoulder joint is. I mean, it's not a joint like the other joints. There's joints within the joint. which is why you have shoulder blades. I'm not going to get into that, but it really is a complicated part of the body, and with a lot of different actions, a lot of little muscles, and that's why it gets injured fairly easily, and it takes real work to get it back into working shape, and patience. I think that's the toughest thing. Patience. You got to have patience. So anyway, I'm back on the walking program for a while, but I hope to actually, the physiotherapist wants me to next week try some very light paddling and just listen to the body, see what it says, because the key with the shoulder too is keep it moving. You can't just put it in a sling and not move it and expect it to heal. Your body it needs to move. That's really the program ahead. There you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the Georgian Bay episode that I recently released, because that's probably the last one you're going to watch for at least a couple of months. But my hope is that I'll be back with a vengeance soon, and you'll get a lot more paddling adventures from me. In the meantime, I am going to continue as much as I can with tips and gear reviews, kayak reviews on my Paddle TV YouTube channel. So I will see you there. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the ongoing support over the past year. It's been really nice to have.